Then the angel said, "Look closer, and I will tell you what this flying object is. It is a flying container. This is what they look like all over the earth." Then I saw a round weight of lead, and inside the lead was a fire, and the angel told me it was an evil fire. The lead weight and the evil fire was put into the container and covered. Then I saw another container that had wings like the wings of a stork, and it had two fires coming out of it. It lifted the first container with the evil fire and carried it away. I asked the angel, "Where are they taking the container with the evil fire?" The angel answered, "To the land of Shinar, ancient Persia, Babylon, Assyria, where it will be set up on its own base." Many times I've been asked, where is America in Bible prophecy? Yet, as I have traveled the globe, I have never heard anyone from any other nation ask where their nation is in Bible prophecy. It seems that those living in the United States think that the world revolves around them. It does not. The world and prophecy revolves around Jerusalem. Abraham was promised that all of the land, from the Euphrates to the Nile, belongs to the sons of Abraham through his son Isaac and grandson Jacob. When Israel came out of Egypt, Moses was told that we would not get all the land promised us at that time because our number was insufficient to inhabit all the land. We would be given the land by little and little. The 10 northern tribes of Israel, for the most part, have been scattered among the nations for more than 2,500 years. Those inhabiting the area of Judea have been scattered for nearly 2,000 years. The nations of Israel, China, and India are about the same age. Neither China nor India have been exiled from their homeland. Each of those nations number more than 1 billion people. Even though Israel's been scattered among the heathen for more than 2 millennia, just as Moses prophesied, it was also prophesied that they would come back into their homeland in the last days and would need all the land that was promised to their father Abraham. The prophet Isaiah said that the Chinese would be involved in the return of the sons of Israel after the war that would leave the land of Israel bereft of her children. It is not unreasonable to expect that the one nation, promised to be as innumerable as the sands of the sea, would return to their homeland more than 1 billion strong at the end of the upcoming war. Joel spoke of the war in which the smoldering aftermath would darken the sun, stars, and turn the moon blood red. Zechariah was shown a great sword, nuclear missiles that would level cities. The prophet Amos said, "Surely the Lord YeHoVaH will do nothing except he reveals his secret unto his servants, the prophets." To prepare the nation of Israel for the existential war that would confront them at the onset of the Messianic age, and to prepare the scattered remnant of Israel who will be called home in the last days, an angel was sent to the prophet Zechariah to explain a very disturbing vision. Zechariah said, "I turned and looked up and saw a roll, a Megillah, flying through the sky. It was 34 feet long and 5.5 feet in diameter." The angel of YeHoVaH explained, "This is the curse that will come upon the entire land. Everyone that falsely represents me, and all who steal words from each other and implies the words come from me, will be killed by it, says YeHoVaH. I am the one who will bring this on. It will enter the house of those who steal my words and swear falsely in my name. This flying Megillah will destroy entire buildings, including the wood and the stones, and a deadly residue shall remain." Then the angel said, "Look closer, and I will tell you what this flying object is. It is a flying container. This is what they look like all over the earth." Then I saw a round weight of lead, and inside the lead was a fire, and the angel told me it was an evil fire. The lead weight and the evil fire was put into the container and covered. Then I saw another container that had wings like the wings of a stork, and it had 2 fires coming out of it. It lifted the first container with the evil fire and carried it away. I asked the angel, "Where are they taking the container with the evil fire?" The angel answered, "To the land of Shinar, ancient Persia, Babylon, Assyria, where it will be set up on its own base." Zechariah saw and attempted to describe in the vocabulary of his day what I witnessed dozens of times. The United States Marines stationed at Marine Barracks, Cecil Field, Florida, were tasked with the guarding of nuclear warheads in a high-security installation. Decommissioned and declassified, I can now say that my job as a Marine was to guard those nukes and to escort armed convoys when the warheads were being transported to the airfield. The nukes were loaded onto the bomb racks of fighter jets and then transported to aircraft carriers out in the Atlantic Ocean. We stood guard, locked and loaded in full combat gear, until those jets, with stork-like wings and 2 jet fires burning, lifted those nukes off the tarmac. 1,600 years ago, when scribes near my home in Tiberias added the vowel points to the text of Zechariah, they added a singular dot to the unvoweled original, which changed the pronunciation of the letter Aleph from A, Asha, fire, to E, Isha, woman. That one added dot changed the entire prophecy. An evil fire, encased in lead, inside a flying cylindrical container the exact size of a Scud missile, set up in the land of Shinar, that would be launched against the land of Israel and completely demolish entire buildings, including the wood and stone, and leave behind a deadly residue, didn't make much sense 2,000 years before the first airplane was invented. But now, an evil woman in a flying basket doesn't sound that lethal. A great sword will come against the land of Israel in the last days. Peace will be taken from the earth. Much bloodshed will ensue. Yeshua told us that it would happen, and the aftermath will transpire exactly as it revealed to Yohanan and to his faithful servants. But how can we know when the time of its fulfillment is close at hand? Let's keep reading. Not only were there no vowel points in the original manuscript of Zechariah, there were no chapter markings or verse markings either. Keep reading. Then I turned the other direction and looked, and I saw 2 mountains of brass, and out from between those 2 man-made mountains of brass, I saw war chariots emerge and spread across the face of the earth. Brass is a man-made alloy. Natural geologic formations are not brass, nor do they look like brass. But the 2 most famous man-made mountains of brass that actually look like brass because of their reflected color was the World Trade Centers in New York City that imploded on September 11th, 2001. When they came down, the headlines across America read, "America's New War." The war chariots were immediately released. The United States invaded the Middle East. Russia soon followed. Surely the Almighty will do nothing unless he first reveals it to his servants, the prophets. The United States of America may have found its place in Bible prophecy after all. The initiation of Zechariah's thermonuclear war. Shalom, Torah fans. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Tap the subscription button and the bell icon, and I promise to update weekly with in-depth biblical research. Be sure to download the new michaelrood.tv app for both mobile and home devices for even more commercial-free content.